Rightio. Everything doesn't want to work today. How we doing, my dudes? Screen display cursor. How we doing? Let's just turn that down a little. Now, my apologies for the late stream. Shoelaces. And I need to find a way that I can move this thing, or at least put it in a place that won't make noise. Anyway, how we doing, my dudes? Hope you're all well on this day. I'm running late, as per is normal. We're getting there though. We're getting there. There are legitimate reasons for being late today. There's always a legitimate reason for being late. Doesn't matter. I'm sorry. But because we're late, we're going to run some Space Marine, just so that we're hard coded on that one run kind of deal. Because Star Trek, we just get kind of lost in doing random stuff. There we go. We'll leave it there. Hopefully that works. So what are we doing today? Yeah, we're gonna crack on. We're gonna try for a weekly. If not, we'll try for an absolute. Um, and then we're gonna crack on trying to figure out what the heck happened on the transfer to Blender. To Unreal Engine from Blender. It's probably got something to do with the way we exported it. Uh, it's probably got something to do with the way we built it as well, by the looks of it. Another dude I saw last night, I was watching some random guides on YouTube on people importing from from Blender to Unreal. And the first way I imported it was with meshes turned on off. And it brought in all the individual components, and I'm like, oh, what the heck is this? We got to reassemble it manually? No, well, it imported a scene or something, and you could just drop it all in. I didn't know that. Oops. So what is the weekly this week? Let's turn off. Let's get those frames back. Disable preview. Totally understand why people use a streaming PC. So the new patch with all the new stuff hasn't dropped yet. What do we got for a weekly stratagem? Oh, looks like it's only just come through too. We've got Avenger, last brother standing, temporarily gains a significant increase to attack and defense. Well, that's cool. Minefield, oh, that sucks. Those little things just nuke players down, but you just don't expect it. And there's so many of them on a Tyranid map. Oh wait, no. I was thinking of posthumous proliferation. This is it. This is this is just going to be insane. The amount of mines that'll be on this map. Okay, well at least we've got that fatal contamination. Oh wait, what? They cause instant death? Okay, so stay out of the green. Clear the green this time around. Okay, yeah, we'll go for the normal one. And we'll level up the heavy a little bit again. I'm really enjoying that plasma. Good to just switch over to me heavy, and we've got the hand nuke. We're using the relic. We've only just leveled it up a little bit, so that kind of sucks. It should be right. Oh, there's going to be so many mines. Are we going to get somebody? Or are we just launching our own? I think we're just going to launch our own in a second. Oh, we'll wait a sec. Oh, there we go. We're joining on someone else. Woohoo! So, we got our breakfast into us. Just, I forgot to get bagels again. Didn't even go to the gym last night. So we're going tonight. And that's been not. Someone got me this really cool thing for Christmas. It was like Yeah, my mother got me this really cool thing for Christmas, or my parents did. It's like a little magnetic floating hen. They're cool. Cats love to knock it over. So thanks for that. Oh, I wonder if we're joining in progress or if we're just joining on their ship. Wasn't looking at the time. Oh, that's not a good way to crack your neck. Don't ever do that. We're a heavy, baby. Oh, god dang it. We're starting our own. So unfortunately, the moment you see Japanese characters on a connection, or at least it's been my experience, the moment I see Japanese characters as another player enters the match in Space Marine 2, it's automatically laggy. So don't just spare yourselves the trauma, unless you get good connection with those guys, of course. Play with them by all means. It's purely a connection thing. Yeah, yesterday we completed. No, was it yesterday? Yes. Yesterday we completed our first asset. Let's queue that up again, but we'll just jump straight into a round, guys. Weekly stratagems. Normal. Gotta warm up. I'm not. If we jump straight into a El Cap Captino, El Capitan. Join in progress. I'll take that. Skip, wrong button. Yeah. We're half asleep. We're already out of sync, and we're playing a game we didn't think we'd be playing. So I'm not jumping straight into an absolute and just getting minced the next 20 minutes. Long load times make me wanting to do that just no bueno. Also, I just realized I realized you could stream directly from the Xbox, so I might have to hook something like that up or get the streaming set up over onto what the heck is that? Crom, great. Heavy. Oh, sweet. He's only at the beginning. And he's going this way. I didn't aggro them. Good. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near that stuff. Ah! Oh, even the little dudes spawn it? And I'm still not getting ammo back from executions. That sucks. Buddy. I did not say you could do that. I just want to go invulnerable so I don't have to deal with those mines. El Captino. El Captino. Ah! Yeah, we'll let the NPC deal with most of those mines if we can. But hopefully he gets replaced with a player. Ah! Another one. No, they're all just following him. There's a lot of mines. And I don't think my shield will do too much to stop them. I'll take the chain seed. Now I actually had the HUD element of corruption build up and all that stuff turned off, so we're just gonna have to really not stand in this, not stand in the green bad stuff. Probably would have been a good idea to bring a sidearm with lots of ammo. El Capitano seems to be having fun though. He's enjoying himself. Excellent. Now I'm just using this as target practice. God, it's been a while. I can't even remember what this mission is. This is the kill the hive tyrant one, isn't it? I think so. What was that? Oh, what? That's rude. Not often. It's not often you see an attack of just the spore mines coming over the ridgeline. I will absolutely take that. And yeah, we don't have anybody regenning our ammo, so anything to regen our like equipment. That's the word. I don't know if I'd want to be going so melee focused in this heroic, my dude. I'm actually kind of thankful that this sniper's not getting replaced. He's taken a lot of hits, but he's taken out a lot of those mines too. He isn't coming back for it. Or enemy wave coming in. I'm not entirely sure what the etiquette is in Space Marine 2 online. What's it called? Around picking up and taking all the Medicae stims. Not entirely sure. But I generally tend to go by if I have... Wait, where'd you come from? If I have more health, someone has less health, they get the thingy. Gotta get out of these tight quarters. Armor's nearly gone. That's not good. I love this plasma cannon. Ah. Oh. Well, that's not good. Yeah, I guess I need that now. That saved my life at least. You don't need to waste ammo on all these little dudes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with that though. All the mines that come from them. Haven't had a single boss fight. Yeah, I don't know where the boss spawns. I don't know, I'm just talking for the sake of talking at this point. Ugh. I could use some ammo though. Somewhere around the corner. My eyes, that's too bright. Captain O's running around this way. Some ammo, sweet. Sure what El Capitan is doing. Come on. And the Carcharodon's loadout. Oh, there we go. The ammo box was there. And that, my friends, is why I love the heavy. Most things get deleted in 1 shot to 3 shots, and we can just sit there and lay the hammer down on the big photos like that. And look at that. Now, I didn't know this little cubby hole was up here for the longest time. And luckily, the first time I came up here, there was something in here. But every time I've been through since, not a thing. 2 locations like that. Can't remember where the other one is, but I know it every time I go there. There we go. Restocked on ammo. What's this guy looking like? Yeah, he's my dude. He's looking cool. You're like, why hasn't he picked that up yet? He's got...
Stem injectors here. Flagged objective. No telling what's the
You don't want it, bud? Really? Okay. I'll use it and get my health back up. And take a hit to the face like a chump. Ah! That was rude, my dude. Ah, uh-oh. Put our thingy up. Fix him up. I gotta fight the habit to drop the plasma shield, because when it expires by itself, it gives armor. Whee. Back here. Be upstairs somewhere. Yeah, it's up above us. There, when you take out the bigger dudes fighting the Tyranids, there is a basically they're like setting off a grenade against all of the lesser ones. All the little Tyranids just kind of get fried real quick. Well, immediately, I should say, by the expiration of the larger dude. Really cool. This is a lot of mines to deal with, guys. So I'm sorry if there's a lot of rolling. There we go, one side captured. And we're good on ammo. Whatever you want to say about this game, the number one thing I can and will say about this is that the artwork, the level designers, far exceeded yourselves on this one. Yeah, have a melter bomb. Yeah, that's better. Boom! Nice. I don't know if this is gonna work now. Well, we'll find out. I don't know if the probably could have used that melter bomb. Let's get out here and just start shooting. Oh, didn't see that. Yeah, I don't know what the button is if the integration to the Stream Deck is not working. I set it to like some really funky, weird keyboard shortcut so that I could use it on the Stream Deck. It's working. Ah! Hop skipping around, bud. Stream Deck, there we go. Let's just open you up. Ah! Oh no. Oh, that's bad. That was actually a clippable moment there for a moment, and then I had to go and try and make it a clippable moment by turning the Stream Deck software on to see if it integrated. And all I do end up doing is getting myself nearly downed. Oops. Serves me right for not having everything up and running in the first place. Well, hopefully it worked that time. What invasive oh no, it's done. We're done. Uh-oh. Oh, you. Thank you for helping whoever that was. Much appreciated. I'll go slow in case I need to help this dude. Cheeky little blighter. Luckily, I am seriously falling in love with this heavy plasma cannon. This thing's amazing. You coming, bud?
Head up to the cannons and remind the Xenos of whom they dare to attack.
I think he got a little lost for a moment there. Nice. The sniper at the back just rounding off. Anything there? Yes, there is. Uh-oh. I got the Guardian Relic. Not the Guardian Relic, I got the XP thingy. Oh, he stims over there. And they just randomly spawn too. Really? Yeah, this is what I mean when I say I don't understand the, Medicaid stim etiquette. Like, to me, I had more health. Neither of us had a stim pack, and he had much less health, so he should get the stim pack, but people just don't care for it. I guess they just expect to regen off the contested health, perhaps? Yeah, my sniper dude looks cool. Okay, usually there's a boss fight in here, though. Yeah, there we go. And it is a Neurothrow. There he is. And I have a melter bomb for you, bud. I should be able to get my contested health back, as long as I can keep shots on him. Oh, and I don't get hit by that. Oh my. I think I just got exploded by a bunch of spores. I think that's what happened. That wasn't good. At least the plasma cannon's doing its job. That was rude, Mr. Neurothrow. If there's anything up here. I don't think anybody explored those other two little rooms, but that's okay. Let's go. This room can be quite fun. Last time I was in here, I think there was a Carnifex and a Neurothrow. That was good fun. Go away, go away. Come, Mr. Sniper, sir. And you can't tell me in this whole time that nobody is queued up. Surely somebody could have replaced him by now.
The Tyranids seem to know you're close.
Hey, now you pick that one up, bud. And as much as I love the heavy bolter, this plasma is just kind of, hey buddy. And speak of the devil, that dude gets replaced right on the final boss part. Nice. It's good timing at least. For him. Don't worry, buddy. Let the plasma cannon do its thing. Yeah. Tilly. Oh, guess I didn't get them all. Those doing his little stompy stomps out there. Yeah. I guess I'm doing the honors. Don't know if I agree with that, but what else? Is this charging up? Yes. Just couldn't see the charge up thingy. No, we do not want to. Oh, that's right. That stuff's instant death this time. Do not let build up. Yeah, for some reason I can't see the charge up. Weird. It's oh, hello. My favorite grenade in just about any game, I reckon. Except for the good old holy grenade from Worms, but yes, Miss Maisie. We're done? Good. Now there's nothing to spawn from. Good. The plasma cannon literally evaporated that dude. I'll do it. With this guy running around with the melter, we should be good. Going up there though. Where's he shooting from? Oh, he's over here. Get through here. Alright. That's my favorite little spot to get him. Hey, buddy. Thank you, El Capitan. Yeah, we definitely don't want to be here right now. Over here is good. Oh. Nearly missed. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I ran straight in there. Probably not the place to run straight into. I'm still backpedaling. Jeebus. Good. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, oh, okay, we probably should have taken that out first. Ammo. They say it was done? Yeah. Let's Can't get there right now. Wasn't hitting him. It's hitting the ground in front. It's alright. One or two more times. That was unfair. See him down here. Here we can. Here, let me expel some smoke so you can't see me. But I'm gonna stand in the same place. Down. Skippy skip. Okay. Well, that was pretty smooth. Really? What was that, one death? Not too bad. You know, I'm actually hungry again. Do I have food here? I do have food here. I've got some leftovers from last night, so happy days. Is the box too small, darling? There's like one leg out. Chill, I could. It's just on the wrong box. Right, well. Yeah, so it's now 2 o'clock. You want some more pats? Right? Okay. Yeah. Come here. I'll give you more pats. Yeah, it's just, well, it's 10 to 2 at the moment. That was one down in Space Marine. I reckon we quickly run the daily in Star Trek, and then we get into fixing up whatever the heck happened on our Blender export. So we stockpiled a bit more currency for... Oh, we lost the gene seed, damn. Are we on my ship? No. Get back to my ship. I think I need to cut the box down on the right. Cut it in half. I think Tilly would be happier. Speaking of which, we've got a couple of DIY projects to do between now and beginning of the Black Dog Ride. Far out. Brain doesn't work sometimes. Okay, so where are we at with everything? Oh, we got something down here. We got a new trial of resolve. What's that? And all we get for it is a eagle thing. Okay. Where is our heavy? Sniper, bulwark, heavy. There we go. Oh, I've only done one absolute as a heavy. Well, that's because he hasn't been leveled up. And we haven't been around to do the absolute grind. We've still got a long way to go on that. Oh, it now shows you here. Sweet. Yeah, so when we go and look at heavy, what we just got, yeah, it's like an eagle pauldron decal. What do we get for this one? That's cool. So we're nearly up to the execute one. Gun strikes. Yeah, we used to use the fencing melee weapons, and that would have been the time to be leveling that. And we get a snake when we shoot people for 10,000 times. And until I get my cape, I am not grinding that out on the bulwark. Once I get my cape, different story. Do we have enough to like procure anything more here? No, we don't. That's okay. Let's have a look at, they released anything? I think we looked at this like a week ago and nothing's come out yet. Yeah, nothing's come out yet, and we're just stockpiling the relic points. That's cool. On the Xbox, we practically got everything. We nearly got everything here too. I see a lot of people running around with this weapon as a tactical. I use this. I guess the riposte really does the extra little bit of chip damage, really builds up over time, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. I like the block. Like a random grenade you get to have every now and again. And what did we earn? Was that just a decal thing? Yeah, by the looks of it. This is why we're not running the heroics yet. Because this guy's not leveled up. We're only 2 prestige in. Oh, does this mean we got a new armor piece? Yeah, we do too. Oh, because I am the heavy. Of course I get this. That's one you can get on other classes. Yeah, of course. No duh. Yeah, that's gonna look sweet. When we get to just using that even. That'll look cool. Yeah, black's a bit too generic. If we ever come around to, if the Jokero orange ever goes on sale for like $2, I'll spend it there and we'll get an orange dude. Yeah, no, the white one, definitely. But we got to get that red cape first. That's like the graduation level. This is like my novice, my initiate level. The cape will be heroic, legendary level, and then, you know, black is just mythic. Okay. So, still, would I take this guy into a heroic? No, not yet, because I want at least a purple weapon for that. At a purple weapon, I would. Yeah, that's much better. Looking like a big bulwark now. Okay. Let's quickly rip it over. Yeah, we'll just quickly do the daily. And then we'll have a quick 15, 20-minute break. And then we'll jump into Unreal and figure out what's going on. Where are we? You can close. You can now be closed, buddy. Whilst waiting for you to close, you can open. And I promise I will fix up the music this weekend. I will get my head around stream beats and, you know, get onto it basically, because I've just been using the same track on YouTube, and clearly it's not working because parts of my VODs are getting muted. Like, that sucks. But yeah, we just got to get on. I just got to get onto it. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I just got to get onto, and there are simply not enough hours in the day. So it's gonna take me probably realistically maybe a week, maybe a week and a half to catch up, and then I'm away for 2 weeks on the Black Dog trip. I absolutely have to see if I can get live streaming set up whilst I'm out on the road. If I could live stream even just like half an hour whilst I'm at lunch, or even just for an hour at night, like when I'm in bigger places with better reception. And let's just update this so people don't come here looking for Space Marine and get bound with Star Trek Online, because that would be a bummer. Star Trek Online. Done. We do it again because Trek Online. The category only updates the second time around for some reason. And I could just move the mic, that would be a thing too. Why am I back in Excelsior? Gotta be better ships than this. If anybody is currently playing on console, there is currently giveaways going on. Go down to into the Zen store and jump onto the promotions tab. You'll find every day for the next week, I think, a free giveaway. Leading up to new patch that the console's getting shortly for Undiscovered. And now how many uncon procs have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not very many. That's not very many uncon procs. So what do I mean by uncon procs? I am talking about unconventional unconventional systems procs have things happening based on the other things happening. So when I use a control bridge officer ability, so basically when I use any ability or most abilities or universal consoles, is it that? Yeah, using a control bridge officer ability gives -7% recharge to universal consoles. And I don't have universal designs on this account, on this character yet, which is another thing, so similar thing. I think I'm getting lost. I don't know. Basically, it's something that means when I press any of these buttons here, it lowers the cooldown of all this stuff. So let's just quickly get this out of the way. Select. Yeah, it's not done yet. Oh, Tilly. I'll give you all the pats, Tilly. Where are we at? It's nearly done. And this is nearly done. Yeah, sweet. We are going to go quickly change our ship into something with more of a better setup. Yeah, so let's just make sure we've saved it. Yeah, we are good. We're saved. I love the Excelsior, but we need this stuff firing off more often. So we are going to quickly go to Deep Space Nine. It's going to be the easiest place for a Klingon. Arguably the easiest place too is Deep Space Nine for any character. Though I don't know the Romulan, like, homeworld very well. So we'll figure that out in time. Sorry, Tilly. Just putting my hoodie up. Sorry, darling. You're getting like little chin scratches. And luckily I can fly with one hand. Hey, darling. Beam onto DS9. There we go. This is really cool that we get to see these ships from the Kelvin timeline, though I'm surprised it took this long. Okay, what are we doing? We are changing ship. Should only take about 3 to 5 minutes. What ship do we want? It'll be a Federation ship, of course. I like them better. I like them more. We are probably going to try... I remember... So I don't know what this ship has. Command Dreadnoughts. This is a Miracle Worker Command Dreadnought. 4-4. I'm just trying to think of like what we would have that set up as. The other thing I was thinking was, where are we? Ah, really? You might. This thing. 5-3 layout. I'll still basically be running it as a broadside ship. Why did I just close that? That's exactly what I needed. Ships. Oh yeah, I can actually get. I've got tons of I've got like I got like 5 or 6 free ship coupons. I can actually get these. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we can run it. Yeah, let's run this thing until. Yeah. So it's purchased. That means I've already got one out and about. That's why I closed this down. There you go. Oh, we've got this thing. If we want to run the Sovereign instead, do like the Sovereign. Yeah, let's give this thing a bell. Fastest way to deal with this stuff. Discard. Dry dock. Go into your dry dock. And pull it back out. And we are going to call her the KCS at dry. NX42D, baby. Oh, Tilly. KCS, there we go. Ready Starship. And we go back to... Where are we looking? So now that we've jumped into that other starship, we want to go and grab all of this stuff. Tilly, you okay, darling? Just having a little off. We quickly go and strip everything off the ship we were flying. And you get really well versed at this over time. Tilly, you okay? And then we can close that and go back to our actual ship interface. That was like the dockyard manager, the way to think of that. Go and bung all of this up here. And we take this and this. And we're not on a Miracle Worker cruiser anymore, are we? No, so we do not want to put a turret here. I don't think we might have to use this thing. Coalition Disruptor instead of the turret. Well, back to the blue it is. And we turn off the visuals for these items. And then we load up our devices. Alright, engineering consoles. I want 4 at least, please. Definitely want this. Even without the House Martok, do I want that? Yes. Even without the 2-piece is what I'm thinking. Yes, I still want that. Actually, let's see how far we get. Oh, darling. Not having a good day, eh? Right, so it's either another ISO mag, or, yeah, we'll go with the Prize World satellite. That works better. That was easy. We just quickly double check our traits. What do we got? These can get screwed up all the time. History to remember, entwined. This is the important one. Whenever we press, beam fire at will, it gives us torpedo spread 1 as well. Or when we press torpedo spread, it gives us beam fire at will. It's great. Yep, this is all that stuff. This extends fire at will. And these are just stacking damage things over time. Oh, darling, what's going on? Hey? What's going on? Oh, you wanna play, do you? Hey, you wanna play? Let's go. Sorry, guys. Got distracted by the cat. Save to load out 1. And then we check our stations, because they're probably all up the duff. Jelena, you are now an intel specialist. And we need some cool air in here. Sakozu, you are now command. And you're already command. Sweet. So, what do we need as a bare minimum of anything? We need Lita. No. Aaron. Thank you. We need Aaron down here running attack pattern beta and tactical team, and we'll have Sakozu run beam fire at will. But she will also run the command stuff. So it looks like we need to go shopping. Yeah, we need to go shopping for command stuff. That's okay. We're going to throw Jewel in up here. We need some of those unconventional systems procs, my dudes. Where is it? Ah, don't tell. Oh, she doesn't have it. Well, let's flick them around, eh? Zan. Surely this one has it. So we got Gravwell, then Photonic Officer, Jam Targeting Sensors, and Vector Beam. So what about intelligence? What do we need as a bare minimum for RSP, emergency powder engines? That's all we need. So we grab Ionic Turbulence 3, we grab Pulse Probe. I prefer that over Unstable Warp Bubble. And we're good to go. Except for command. Darling. She's getting all playful. Tilly hasn't really been too playful in the last couple of years, but now that Maisie is around, as a much younger cat, Tilly's gotten some of her violent streak back. I had to train heavily to get that violent streak out of you, Tilly. And now it come back. Now it's come back. So that's going to be fun to deal with. I could always use with, less blood. Alright, 2 command thingies. They can be gotten from the guy upstairs. Let's just quickly customize our ship. Can't go into battle looking like a slob. And luckily, this is quick and easy. I appreciate what they did with this design. It's really cool. I love it as a spaceship. Don't care for it as a Federation ship. So let's change it to... Where's the background? Here it is. Yeah, New Romulus is nice. So that's much easier to look at. See, that's nice, isn't it? That's a nice ship. But when you've got it up against the Sovereign, I'm sorry. No. You've lost, baby. It's just better in every way. I haven't seen it with the Odyssey, though. Kinda like it. Kills a lot of the paneling, makes it a little bit too clean. I still reckon it wasn't. We were done a whole disservice with the way the Enterprise F was introduced. Yeah, no, we'll just go with standard old Sovereign. But I like my Defiant Bridge. Tilly. What are you doing? Ah! You hooked me, that's all, girl. It's been a while since you played like that. You'll have to learn. We'll both have to learn. Okay, let's go grab those last 2 skills, run the daily, and then we'll jump into dev work. So, a little bit of lag there, buddy. What's going on? Doors? Yeah, thank you. This is a very old MMO, but you know. Alright, what do we need? Store. We need command stuff. Stations. Force Kozu. Skills. Command. What do we need? We need concentrate firepower 2. And right there. And we need overwhelm emitters. Right, well that was easy. Stations, quickly fix this up. Sorry guys, I know this isn't the most riveting thing to watch. So what do we got here? Overwhelm emitters, it's like another attack pattern beta. It's a debuff for anything that we shoot. And concentrate firepower, it's a targeted debuff for kinetic damage, I believe. Let's go check out Cisco's office. Captain James Curland is hanging out in here. Yeah. Looks a whole lot darker. Look at that. Okay, up to the ship. Up to the ship, and we go get a drink. Not a drink. Why am I getting up? We're making it cooler in here. There we go. It'll only take a moment to fix that up. Sorry about that. Billy Billy? She just wants me to go play with her outside. We'll go play soon. I have my food outside with her. That's where I'll have my lunch. Okay. And we dial our power in. Yeah, let's give the Sovereign a go as a broadsiding boat, even though it's a 5-3 and it's, you know, people are probably like, oh no, you're meant to be dual beambanks or something. Yeah, no, I've been running dual beambanks for like, well, the last year or two. I don't need to keep running dual beambanks. It's okay. 4, 5, 6. So you're down here. P up here. Sign rating party. 5 is what we're looking for. Beacon of Kalis, that's the flashbang. Dude. Oh, trade freighter. Oh, we've got a cloak. That's cool. Shields, maneuvering, weapons, concentrate firepower. Basically, I'm just pulling all of my abilities down onto my bar. Only takes a moment, and luckily the muscle memory is, you know, been doing this for a while. 3 more to go, so they can go there. It's an uncon proc. I'm sorry, Maisie. Came in, I think she grumbled and I think she went back out. Yeah, wrong one. Evasive maneuvers, so we pop that whenever we need to try to get the heck out of dodge. I never use that stuff, so why even bother putting it down? Fireworks, gotta have our fireworks handy. Fleet support, that's down here. That's on X. Gather intel, don't care. Go down fighting. Grav well. More uncon procs. Image refractors, that's like a big time. We're in big issues. It cloaks us and heals us to full, so it's good to keep that on hand. Intelligence fleet up there, buddy. Oh, it activates. Oh, I'm putting this on the wrong row. Oops. I'm like, that's not going to work if we put all that down there. Slipstream. Ramming speed we don't use, but we put here for giggles. RSP. Shield capacitor. We put that here because we never use it. It just likes to keep coming back up. And along with that. And that goes there. Tractor beam. And that's it. We just push this all up for my own visual, requirement. And there we go. We have now got a ship set up and ready to go fly. And of course, I'm going to take you into a daily where we can't showcase it at all. Yeah, we'll quickly do a quick little patrol. Elite wanted our gala. Let's go test it out. Got a few more uncon procs on this one than the Excelsior. Excelsior only had the 4 procs. And we don't have to worry about a fighter in this one. Yeah, hangar bay, so that's nice. Our traits are still intact, so are our skills. Something probably came up down here somewhere, so let's just save that. Let's go. Oh wait, rearrange, let's just pull that out a little. There we go. Now we can see them. And we slow right down. We pop all of our buffs. And we start the shootings. And then we start the uncons. No point buggering around. Get them all in here. Let's see if I remember. We started this at 220. Let's see if we won't go serious, but we'll see if we can rip through it.
Looks like our fight got them to notice us. Let's go over and ask if their balls.
Come on, boys. Let's go. Drop our uncons. Get our buffs up. And then hit him with a broadside. Ah, that wasn't very well aimed. That was not very well aimed at all. Yeah, I don't know about that coalition disruptor there. I think we need to switch it back to just, if we can pick one up on the cheap, just a normal disruptor. or Kazon. They're the guys who I test against the most. Isn't very fast. I was expecting more out of this ship.
Separate them. Whittle down their numbers. We will not go quiet, buddy.
Yeah, that was the first group. That was a bit embarrassing. I mean, there's no worries of dying. But still. Surely they were in my broadside arc. I mean, we're chunking these guys down pretty quickly. Yeah, he's already going. Oh, wrong button. There we go.
Stand down.
Where are they? There they are.
Defend the guard.
We're gonna pull them all together.
Sensors are picking up small habitations.
Oh, what was that?
Possibly consistent with Volvo's temporary hideout.
Okay. Hit him with all the uncons as well. And I love just hitting them with that, you know, interstellar beam. That's good. That's cool. Oh no! He's too far away. I'll come back here, bud. They don't want to come closer, so we'll just sit here. Now surely they're getting close to that 90-degree arc. He's in it. He's in it. Boom. Well, it's hitting him at least. Yeah, maybe this defense satellite will be able to pull them in together. Yeah, there we go.
Congratulations, Captain.
So I haven't had to pop my defensive once during all this. So I guess we've got a good ship in survivability terms. Which is just a little bit low on the DPS. That's okay. I mean, like, we're taking them down, and as long as I get my positioning, it's and with that broadside, yeah, that's better. As long as I get my positioning down, we're doing okay. If we don't, then yeah, it's unoptimized beams aren't going to have the highest DPS. And Grabwell 1, level 1, doesn't have the greatest attracting strength, obviously. Alright, but we're done with you now, bud. Let us deal with your boss, please. I don't know what that red is. I need to figure that out. Just gonna sit here and buff entirely up. And then we'll hit them with a broadside. Yeah, we're working them down pretty quick. Can't really be complaining too much here. I mean, I could. humanity. I know I can murder him in like less than 10 seconds on the main. But, you know, I have all the optimized gear on that, so it's not a fair comparison.
Captain, got it. Excellent work. We'll send over a pacification party.
I'm still running. Oh no, I've got the discovery sets here. These have not been tuned at all. That's just something random. Oh, that's been tuned, and that's just something random off the auction house. I also know that if I threw on
Thank you for
all
your
phases
assistance,
here, it would be
and welcome to this sector.
immediately more
We've
powerful.
we have the suspect.
Oh yeah, it was probably a good idea that we ran. Yeah, of course, this ship hasn't even gotten its base stats leveled. That's a good idea that we ran that before we ran the TFO. Yeah, it's base mastery. I don't know how much it seems to matter, but I think it really does matter. Yeah, we only just got that. That's cool, but don't care. Okay, wait. Loadouts, save. Is there like a Klingon style visual? Don't. No. And I don't have the impulse engines to go with that, so no, that sucks. Yeah, I've got nothing here that like would turn this into a Klingon looking ship, so that kind of sucks. That's okay. We can stick with this, just the good old Sovereign. Save. And let's get into Defense of Starbase 1. It only... Unfortunately, this gets done on the easiest skill setting. So it'll just get breezed right through. And hopefully it doesn't take long to load, like queue up for. Shouldn't though. Everybody's running it at the moment to get this done. We're halfway there, so that's cool. To get the big boy bird of prey, the Cavort. Dual disruptor cannons on each wing, stacked wings on top of each other by the looks of it. Little trick for people who are you know, trying to reduce the sweets and stuff they're drinking.
Listen up. The war has not been going well for the Federation.
Hasn't it?
The
That
Klingons
sucks.
are
I have about 450 to 500 ml of OJ in here every day. But I put a ton of ice in there, and as it melts, means you can drink the same drink for a lot longer, if you don't mind it a little bit watered down. We've got a GOM-2 over there. I'm still not sure how that's a playable ship, but whatever. Alright, where are we going to go hang out? Looks like we got a carrier over here, so that's going to be laggy area.
prepping for evac of non-essential personnel and civilians.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to be around all those little dudes, because... Here, I'll go sit out here in the middle like we did the other day. And I'll post up here. All in our dudes. Oh good, it did launch in the right spot. And then we just sit back, basically. There we go. As long as I just keep spamming me buttons, we can just sit here and just keep shooting. this is what the game looks like when you've spent too much time and or money playing, and there is no point in playing on the easiest skill settings anymore. Because you don't need to play the game anymore. You can just sit here and, you know, spam your attack buttons and set it to auto-target anything coming in, and everything will just fall. And this is one of those maps where if you've got enough characters who are powerful enough, all sitting in the right location.
There's a break in incoming warp signatures. We may have a short
There we go.
amount of time before more
A
arrive.
little break in the waves at the moment. There's 3 waves to this. First wave's frigates, then we get cruisers, and then we get battleships. But yeah, if you've got, there's the
Reading some heavier
start
ships,
spamming
raiders and battle cruisers.
with the starbase in the center here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points basically. And as long as you've got more, you know, people spread out enough that can do this, yeah, you can just kind of chill for a little. I gotta remember to keep pressing. The buttons though. Look, at least this is a chill wave. Let's zoom in here. Let's actually enjoy some of this prettiness. Look at this. This is cool as. Little. Not too far. And we'll keep spamming. Just trying to get a cool view for you, so we can still see what's going on without getting blinded by all the effects. Pop out defensives, because why not? Pop out little satellite, because why not? I won't pop the defensives down. Really just look at the ship. I think I'm getting shot at, but it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter in the slightest. Disco. Come on, send us another wave. I don't like all the different colours going on. I'm not a fan of that. But I don't have the credits to go and buy a bunch of stuff. See, and they've got the starbases evacuating. I mean, I'm not sure why they're evacuating them. You know, starships like this defending you.
The Klingons are regrouping again.
Okay, well, that's
Get
the end of
into
wave 2.
position to prepare for the next assault. An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
Yeah, let's call in our boys again. Our Delta Force.
Keep fighting.
And turn it back off. Just to be clear, this is not an indictment against Star Trek Online. I've played this game for a long time, I've got a lot of good gear, and even though this character got optimised, lower difficulty, as you can see, is not very hard to surpass. Battleships are coming in, they're getting annihilated before they can even finish one full rotation of phases. Nearly done, guys. Sorry we didn't have time for a proper Star Trek stream today.
Give them cover.
I actually love playing this game, whether it's through the episodes. Unfortunately, going through Discovery stuff, so yeah, I probably get a poor impression of it. But no, even though it's not what I would call Star Trek sitting here spanning the destruction of thousands of ships, it's as close to Star Trek as I'm going to get in an MMO, so I'm going to enjoy the heck out of it. Last Star Trek game I really got into was Star Trek Bridge Commander, and I played that for a good 2 or 3 years, just modding the heck out of it. It was great. I do enjoy being able to sit back though and just enjoy some of these battles. Let's just do little circles in the area here. I think it's over though.
Roosevelt is in need of aid. Can you draw off some of those enemy ships?
Yeah, we can do that, buddy. That's got to be it.
That'll
Yeah.
hold them off for now.
That is all. That is the end. It doesn't matter what we get. I like to get it. I want to get everything up to 1,000. So let's just work on Nukara for now. Leave map. There we go. Last bit keeps pulling up the ice. Okay. That was a very stunted, little abbreviated gaming session. But I felt it was important to make sure we hold true to gaming before we start doing anything important. Yeah, still tempted to switch over to the Dreadnought Cruiser. Playing it on the Xbox, it just seems to hit harder, and we only have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we do have 6 unconventional systems triggers, so that's pretty cool. Someone else in the Noble probably. Yep. See, now that would have been something horrifying for the Dominion. A fleet of sovereigns turning up. Let's just, turn this into a good photo. There we go. Oh, I just remembered I didn't set a setting in OBS. Not you. Notepad. Fix long format recording in OBS. Yeah, at the moment OBS is just dumping long video format out in one big file, and Premiere is just having a fit with it. So I need to chunk it down in like, an hour-long blocks at most. That's a real bummer. But okay, we are done here. What do we got? Anything in here to open? Just a few R&D particles, that's okay. Well, main thing, we got that done. So we're past halfway now. Okay, guys. So we are going to jump off. We're going to jump off gaming now. We're going to jump off the games. And we are going to jump into Unreal Engine and Blender and try and fix what the heck happened. So yeah, yesterday when we finally finished our first asset and we went to import it into Unreal, scale looks great, general model looks okay, but it's corrupted. So we need to figure out what happened and we need to fix it up. So that's the next part of the stream. So for those who are just here for the gaming, thank you for hanging around. Thank you for, being part of it. But yeah, now we're going to get on to the game dev. I'd love it if you guys could hang around for that too. That'd be awesome. But if not, I will be back on Monday, because it's Friday now. Bloody hell. I'll be back on Monday with a fresh stream and a whole bunch of things to do, because it'll be, slowly catching up to where we should have been. I'll be working on the website over the weekend. That's going to be cool. Alright guys, go get some food, go get a drink, have a stretch. we'll be back in like 15, 20 minutes. So yeah, but just before 3 o'clock, Australian Eastern Standard Time. And we'll get back into it then. So yeah, I'll see you guys shortly. Hey, my dudes. We're getting there. We're getting there. Crawling back into the center now. So, where OBS? Where are you? There we go. There we go. Hey, my dudes, and we're back. So let's put that center frame. So we're gonna talk and eat. So this week has been a good week. We started here at a concept. So our week was designing. Oh God, words are failing me. Sorry. Our week's purpose, the goal this week, was to create a enemy communications array. I've got to increase the size on that chat because that is way too small. And I don't know how. So what's that? Sorry, I don't know how you'd pronounce that, so I'm just going to call you TN. How you doing, my dude? Our goal, good timing, I was just going over telling everyone what our goal was this week. It was to create this in Blender. I've never created an asset in Blender before. I've never worked in Blender before. It's been a long time since I've even dabbled in 3D modeling. So we did it. We went alright, I think. We managed to get this cracked out in Blender in like a week and 2 days or something like that. We're creating a 3D model in Blender for a video game that we're developing. This is Baby's first 3D model. It's an enemy communications array, so we've got a little hangar on the side here, or a little shuttlecraft to pop in and out of. A little sensor array on the top. I'll zoom in on that. Cool little perspex. A little power network going on underneath. And over here we have the spawn point for where we're going to put a turret. So we'll put a little turret out here. And this is just pass 1, right? Yeah, so this is just an enemy space station that we're going to go and that we're now trying to figure out how to pull into Unreal Engine correctly. We were hoping that it was going to be super simple, like straightforward, just import, export, or something like that. I was mistaken. And at the end of yesterday's stream, we went to import it over into Unreal. All high hopes. And it kind of didn't really come through as well as we would have liked. So the materials are wrong. The lighting everything is wrong. About the only thing that's come through almost correctly is the shape of the armor panels. Yeah, well, as you can see, I haven't exactly succeeded just yet. Yeah, thanks, my dude. Give it a shot again. I wish you more luck as well. Yeah, so we're going to figure out what the hell we've done wrong on the import. And maybe if we haven't done it wrong on the import, maybe it was something on the model creation side, because these armor panels look mostly correct, except for the material used. So that's a Blender to Unreal Engine rabbit hole I was hoping to get away with. Not so lucky, I'm afraid. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to... Can you go to edit mode once? Want to see the topology? Oh, dude, you don't want to see the topology. You do not want to see. No, I'll show you. But I've got 200. This is literally my first model. I've got 270,000 triangles. So if we go into edit mode and if we look in wireframe, like this is meant to be a really simple little object. It should not have anything resembling that at all. No. So phase one, definitely not final asset. It's material preview, got a solid, yeah, there we go. See it a little bit clearer, but why Unreal and not Unity? I wanted to, why did I choose? Yes, so mainly because I wanted to live in a non-C# environment. Eventually I will have to start to learn to code, and I don't know how to code at this point. But C++ was the first, crazy, was the first language I learned when I was like 15, and I went learning it as a stretch. I learned how to do Hello World. So that's basically why. Right, one second. Also, I've never used Unreal, and I want to be able to make really shiny games one day. One day. So I figure why not learn in the deep end, so to speak. And coming from Alteryx, Alteryx is a data analysis program, and it's to show you reference. I used to work as a consultant in the mines. Alteryx. Let's type Alteryx, it should come up. This was the user interface. Open image, new tab. Well, that's a low resolution image. We got a better one? Surely we got a better one, please. There we go. So, Alteryx is a data analysis tool that I was using as on my last job, and I fell in love with that program. So when I was trying to make the switch over, trying to figure out what engine to use, having used something like this, and all the advertising for Unreal was coming through as like the blueprint system. So it kind of won me over, I guess. Sorry, nearly finished munching away here. All right. So it's the blue asset named roughly. Double click it. So if we go back over in Unreal, bring it down a little. Let's actually open this up and see what it looks like. Okay, so it's got all the individual material slots assigned. Oh, you see, it looks a hell of a lot better than it translates to the game world. That looks a little closer. I mean, it's not complete, not perfect. Detail lighting, lit. I think the first thing we'll work on is fix up this radioactive bomb, like this green glow. Let's at least get that pulsing correctly. Here in India, Unreal is gold standard. Personally, I like Unity because of its like more free stuff. Yeah, I feel you, my dude. Unreal is also free, but I don't know. Yeah, look, I haven't had to pay for anything in Unreal yet, so I can see the marketplace being a big thing of Unreal. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, if Unreal starts looking like it's going to be, I've got to get I've got to pay for a subscription on top of art asset or something on top of something, nah, that would make me reconsider and switch engines. But that would be a serious design decision. Just trying to check to see if there is any like oh wow, the turret spawn point. That's so cool. But it hasn't taken. Okay. So the last thing I did in Blender before I left, before I tried to import it, was I placed the sockets for the the turret and the hangar entry and exit, and it seems to have picked up everything except that. So what do we got? The armor slots have come through, but oh, this has worked. This has come through. It's just really rough, like it's low poly. Oh, sorry guys, I had a bit of broccolini stuck in my teeth. Hmm. So the vein network itself is looking fine. It's just, you know, the material itself is all bunged. But the second layer, the organic layer, the porous layer that we like use the organic cutters for, and the geometry nodes, it's come through a little rough. And in some places just straight deformed with them. That is probably some horrible artifacting going on there. And like it hasn't come through at the same like visual width as you see in Blender. But when we go look at it in the prototype area, is it looking the same? Yeah, it's looking mostly the same. It's just that the lighting is super harsh and all the materials are screwed up. Yeah, because if we go back over here and we change this to lit. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, so this, the organic layer has to be maybe fixed up a little. Are we looking in the hangar? Yeah. I think it is good to be honest. You're telling me I just need to be honest about where my work, mate? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, don't worry, this is pretty bad. I'm just trying to figure out why the import turned out like this. You know, when this is what it looks like in Blender. And it's like upon exporting, I exported a low poly version of it. Like I didn't give the exporter enough detail, maybe? I don't know. I'll just put that back to unlit. The wireframe would be horrid, yeah. No, detail lighting, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Do, 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 do. And lighting only. Yeah, there's a lot of clipping going on there. Right. How do we fix that? That's the question. Go down the right there. So let's go back to detail, lighting, that's much easier to work with. Okay, so give me the same view up here. Yeah, so for the most part, it carries through. It's just the materials. Yeah, it's the materials and that second layer. The second layer on the geometry node stuff, that's what's gone the worst. A bummer. Left navigate to content drawer on the bottom left. Go to where we've got this thingy. Structures, test. Right click and choose material and name it. Add comms node. Material. Nope. So we are now going to create a new. So I'm just walking through with my AI how to figure out how to fix this up. And we're going to create a diagnostic material, I guess. There it is. Oh, that's right, it goes this way. Right click, constant, free, vector. Double click in the color box. Set it to a neutral medium gray. There we go. 0.18, 0.18 to 0.18. Oh, I got 0.19, 0.19, 0.19, nice. Connected to base color. What do we want? We want constant. And we're going to set it to 0.8. Alright, well, so that it's all on par, and so that it's thinking the same thing we're thinking. 0.18, 0.18, 0.18. And we're going to connect that to roughness. Yeah, we're creating like basically a test dummy kind of gray. And apply, save. For every element. Okay, it wants us to go and replace every material in here. Surely we can do this all at once. No. That's right, it'll only take a second. And we can almost do it in one stroke. Don't have to click, so that's nice. Right, so by doing this, it lets us, good question. It lets us look at the material a little bit more, the model wholly. This thing's already got a grey colour. Nice. Rather than having random artifacts getting in the way of diagnostic. So TN again, sorry man. Yes, I need to figure out how to blow up this size. Let's just Oh, there we go. Now it's letting me zoom in. Thank you. And now it's, no, now it's being silly. Now it's, okay, there we go. Now I don't have to struggle to read what's going on here. Bloody hell. Sorry about that. Computers are fun. So what do we got here? Well, we're doing something simple. We can have a check. Zoom out. There we go. So what do we got? Senior JITTN. Personal question, if I may ask, do you work for someone, or do I freelance, or do I make my own games and sell it? I mean, I am a 24-year-old and I am struggling. I'm unable to figure it out. Well, that's not good, man. Good thing is though, you're only 24, so you know you got lots of time. I mean, I'm 25 and I'm struggling to get through chartered accountancy. God damn, man, anybody's going to struggle to get through that. Individual other who files income tax. I'm thinking of a backup plan. Stumbled across Blender, learned a few things, tried making videos, but it is a lot of time taking. I thought of taking an opinion from someone who was already in Blender, but please don't. I'm not going to make fun of you, my dude. I'm a newbie. This is like literally my second week in Blender. And look, I worked for 20 years in the mining game. And even for the first 5 or 10 years I worked in that, I had a backup. I was a security guard. So there, you know, it's good to always have a backup. It's also good to have something to do when you just feel like you need a break from whatever your main thing is. I would say if you don't enjoy it, you know, do you enjoy the process of getting into it and, you know, creating and learning and how to create things? And if so, then I would say use that as your backup. I would say if you don't enjoy it, I would say, is it something you can stomach to make money off? And potentially use it as your backup. But if neither of those two things, then find something else as a backup. That would be my recommendation. Okay, where were we? Yep, we've done that. Switch the viewport lighting back to lit. There we go, it's a little more uniform now, but this also looks like it looks to me like our main egg survived. Our armor pieces survived. Zoom that around a little over here so we could Oh, I was told it would be a little bit fun getting materials from Blender back into Unreal, but we'll see how we go. So it looks like the main egg, what else to call it, main network and organic shell survived, along with the sensor spires at the bottom and the armor plating. What didn't survive, what looks like, it didn't survive is the turret armature organic layer, flipping through things, and the organic layer surrounding the top sensors. Let's go back, get a bit more of a close-up so we can see. Yeah, because that's not cool, that's not right. Now we're looking up the top. Well, that didn't, of course, because we needed, that's a material. The transparent dome is a material, and the materials didn't survive, so of course that's not going to work. Right. So what do we do now? We wish we still had more food because we're still hungry. So what do? We fill the void with water. And nicotine. Don't do that, kids. Nicotine's bad for you. Actually, I don't even know what to tell people to get onto now other than just don't smoke. Vaping became this very weird industry very quickly. Right, so what is our next step? We have to isolate the crown organic shell. If the smooth solid cap disappears, isolate the inner core. Why isolate and try to here when it looks more like we should be fixing the import? Or is this something that we fix on version 2 and we go into learnings with of creation for our turret? So like we just move on from here, start creating the turret. Yeah, right. So I'm just talking to the AI to get our next steps ahead, but I'm also telling it what I think our next step should be. Start creating the turret using methods like the armor panels so it imports properly. Yay, okay. Don't know, we'll find out in a second. Right, so we are not, yeah. If this was like a final model that people were going to send through, or like, you know, was coming through in a production process, and, you know, we had to get it working, then yeah, we would currently spend time doing what we were about to start doing, which is diagnosing where the issues are, what's salvageable, what's not, fixing the import as well. And basically, I'm going to use this as a lessons learned. Go straight into the turret design, and then so because we've already got and using the better methodology. So yes, this armor panel is not great looking, but it's been imported correctly. All of the armor panels have been imported correctly. This main body has been imported correctly, but not up here because we got the scaling incorrect. And I would argue that's exactly what happened here as well. Now it all needs material work, yes. But currently this is an asset that we can throw into game. We can put it, we can attach our turret to there. That's cool. Okay, yeah, let's go flying. That's better. Zoom in. Need to tweak this ship speed, but whatever. That is really cool to see in game. Yeah, we don't need to do a material pass. We can do that later. We have our turret socket. That's all we need. Yeah, we have our turret socket. We have our scale down. Let's just get a screenshot of that. And what we'll do is when we do our vertical slice in our first demo, that's when we'll come back through and redo the materials. It will not look great. It'll still look pretty horrid, but we can clean up the material pass. We can do a material pass before we do the, we can do a material pass before we do the first vertical slice of our game. Yes, that's the goal. So as far as I'm concerned, that is a successful import. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, that is a successful import. I'm actually a lot happier with that than I was yesterday, because I kind of understand what's actually gone wrong. Yesterday I was kind of bummed out at the end of the stream, because finally pulled it over into Blender. Screenshot that. Yeah, I was as I was saying, I was pretty bummed out yesterday at the end of yesterday's stream because of how horrid it looked with all the shoddy material conversion, whatever, however that happened, and that's something we have to fix. 100%, we have to fix that. But putting this grey material to everything in one thing I do want to go is not here. We can just save that. How do I find out? First off, I need glass is the name of it. Oh, here we go. Inner core, armor, main network, inner core, FRG, crown. Is it the crown that I'm looking for? I think so. Crown glass, this is the one we want. So we go type glass. Yeah, it's not perfect, but at least we can see in now, you know. There we go. So we save that. One. Right, so I reckon our next steps should be, yeah, so that's a good thing. We've got the turret socket is there. So we should now run off and go and do turret creation. And figure out the socket spawn point. Oh, yeah. No, so we'll go and do the turret creation, and then when it comes time to attach it, that's when we'll figure out why the other two hanger sockets aren't there, and we'll just get them put in. And that's when we'll, attach the turret to this main thing. So what do we need to go from this to creating the turret? We need to know its scale, I guess. And yeah, when we come back and do our first vertical slice of the game, that's when we will do our materials pass on anything that currently doesn't have a material. Because as I said, I'm quite happy with this. The actual core model itself came across kind of okay. It's mainly just the scaling on the arm and the top sensor dome. Yeah, I'm a little bit more chuffed than I was yesterday about this. It was good. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually, yeah, that's, I didn't realize that's actually really happy news. Right, so the main thing we need to do here, oh, yeah, that is cool as. We need to go and get whatever details we need for this, for the scale, so that we can go and create something to scale on this thing. We can just save that for now. I'm guessing over here is what we need. Got our turret. Okay, lock the current verdict, deferred. Yep. Build the turret inside the same Blender comms node scene where the armature already exists. Okay. I guess we're going back to Blender. Damn it. Of course we're going back to Blender. We're building a 3D asset. Where else would we be going? Alright, so what? Okay. So was I right in saying that we will fix up the turret sockets and hanger spawn sockets when we first go to attach the turret to the mounting point. Also, do need to fix the import into Unreal, or can we just leave that test folder for now and get on with the turret creation? If so, please walk. Oh. Yep, I think we're done in Unreal for now, which is cool. It's totally cool. Next time we come back here, we'll be re-importing a new asset and we'll be fixing the asset's importation process, so we can delete that. Save, and when we come here, we're just gonna rename to test 01. Right. We now have two assets to build. Right. Yeah, so we build the turret and we build the turret and we build the shuttlecraft. 3 assets, and then we build the player ship, and then we will have a workable little prototype that we can start mucking it. We can actually start doing something with, rather than just flying around helplessly. Yep, so when the turret is ready, we will attach the turret to the existing socket, check its origin and rotation, add the missing hanger sockets, and then build the whole structure in Progo Comms node. Yep, it's just test folder 01. We can just walk on. Okay, let's close Unreal Engine down, get those resources back, save selected. And again, this is what it should have been looking like. Oh, Good old workflows. Okay. Yeah, so it does have those two sockets. Wonder why these ones are being funky. Strange. Probably have to move them up into the center of the mouth anyway. Else the thing will be spawning from, spawning from the armor, and we don't want that. All right, what are we going to work in here? We need to just go back to solid for now. Turn off the animation. All right, so we are now going to file, save as, and we're going to call this version 2. No, yeah, that's much better. I prefer that. File save as. Power dev blend. Get out of that, save. And then just because save as, we can delete that. It's not a great way of versioning control. We use GitHub for our versioning control, but that any extra information is cool by me. So why are you lot not inside of there? Thank you. Get in your home. So rude. Looks almost like I meant to do that, doesn't it? Nope. That's cool, but no. Okay, so now that's our saved Froggy ship, right? Our Froggy communications array. So our next step is to create a turret. Let's get it. We've got, I think we'll find it'll be between 4:30 and 5 that we stop the stream today. So we got another hour and a bit. Well, between 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes. How long we got? In the outline, create a new collection. Okay. Turret development. Yes. Lock the comms node from accidental edits. Okay, how do we do that? Click the filter funnel icon. Enable the selectable restriction column if not visible. Right. Disable the selection for the existing comms node collections. So I can no longer... Alright, that's cool. I didn't know. That is really cool. Oh, because I'm in the wrong mode. Derp. I now cannot select anything. That's cool. But be careful, because in this mode, I seem to be able to select some things. And I think that's because that was the last object I selected. Once I select something in here, I don't think I'll be able to do that. We need the turret built around the mounting point. Well, I kind of need to select that stuff then, my dude. So we go down to sockets, socket turret, Shift S, cursor to selected, my dude, yes. And then now we make it unselectable, but now we've got our cursor where we need it to be. So we go Shift A, mesh cylinder. Ah! Uh-oh. I pressed Control Z one too many times and Blender has stopped working. Oh, nice. Where did it save it? We hadn't made the collection and we hadn't done the selection thing. There we go. Okay. Well, we want a new collection, buddy. Delete that. How strange. And go to, well, first off, let's take the sun out of that. Lighting, I just want in the area. And I want sockets, and I want turret. Shift S, cursor to selected. Hello. Shift S, cursor to selected. What is going on? Oh, we're in the wrong mode. Select the turret. Shift S, cursor to selected. Right. Zoom in on that part, because that's the part we care about. Minimize, minimize. Take this thing off a selection. But our cursor is in the right place now. So, 12 vertices, and we're going to call it the root mounter, okay? So Shift A, mesh cylinder, F9, 12. Yeah, we happy? Doesn't look happy. What's up with that, Blender? Why you do this sometimes? I'm going to go F2, rename you that. Okay, so we're just shaping it as we go, as we're working now. Okay. So, 90. Oh, there we go. That's what we're after. And we want to bring that thing down. Let's bring it way down. Okay, what are we got? Actually not far off. This is what our little turret's going to sit on. Let's call it at 30. That's actually, no, let's call it at 20. And we'll raise it up a little. Oh no, we'll raise it down a little. There we go. Oh, that went off. Sorry. Yeah, it's just a very simple little if these edges weren't broken. Oh, no, I want to select edges. Yeah. Extrude. Undo. That's just that lower plane. So if we want to extrude that, yeah. I saw something I thought I'd seen people use before, but of course not. And because I can't select that stuff, no, it's just not going to let me select it at all. Okay, weird. So now, I want to pull this down. I'm looking far too up, far too high for this. Alright, on the turret base, how to include like 4 faces, a star pattern, so it's got like little triangles in 4 locations around it. Reporting. Okay. This is the one part that we didn't actually do much of during the creation of that thing, was extrusion and selection of faces and stuff like that. Like, what is this? Smooth. No, we don't need that. Don't need a knife yet or a loop cut. Oh, that's not fun. What's up, Tilly? Front circular face. Right click selected faces and choose poke faces. Okay. That's cool. Didn't know we could do that. And we unselect everything. You, you, and you, and you. Press E XX is what it said. That doesn't look right. We go E, but we don't want to do that. That's just going to bring them up and down. I don't think this is going to work in how AI is thinking it's telling me it's going to work. Nope. Nope. We go E, and then it said Y. No. Nope. Okay. If I go E on this, no. No. Kind of. That kind of works. That kind of works perfectly. If we can grab that and we go E, X, X, X. Ah. Go back to this angle then. E, X, X, X. That feels skewed. Well, that kind of works, but if we took it to there, and we went to edge selection, yeah, that kind of works. Like, it doesn't have to be identical. E, X, X, X. X, E, X, X, X. No. No, 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 no. So where we go, 2, select the top one. E, X, X, X. No. Escape. We just do this. Nothing. And if we go E, Y, Y. Nope. Well, that's not going to work. Can just, oh yeah, it can just be that too. Go back to 3. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Undo. Oh, so select the edge. Yeah, that's it was the other one I beveled it on. So 3 faces E X X X. Ah, yeah, this is something I wanted to set. I saw a tutorial. I saw a Noob vs Pro tutorial on YouTube about when pulling on that yellow extruder to constrain the surfaces to the middle or something like that. How do we do that? That is a damn good question. So whenever you're, I'll just undo that. So whenever there's a way, whatever this is called, extruding surfaces or something, when you get to this middle part, you can go past it, but you can see the visual artifacting that's happening there. We don't want that. So what we want to do is tell Blender to constrain at the middle. Like, don't let it go past the middle. No, it was a tool like constrain to the middle or something. And of course, AI is now going to be like, oh my god, I don't know what that is. And we'll add this extra one as well. I'm more tempted to bevel that off, but no. We're going to go 3, extrude, pull it down here, and then grab that face, zoom in, grab that face, E, X, X, X. No, E, X, X, X. That's perfect. Thank you. It was a settings thing, not a shortcut thing. Right, So we definitely need to fix up that pipeline in Unreal Engine then, because why do people even bother with materials in Blender if you have to redo it in Unreal anyway? You know what we can do though? We can absolutely go all bevel. Yeah, that's too much. We don't need all that. What about this? Right, we just want the edges. Okay, so we need the edges. Select the edges then, my dude. L is like select everything. That's right. We can just shift click around. That's okay. We can do that. Not the end of the world. It's on a little cube. Oh, cube. What are you talking, buddy? And that beveling is going to go horrid on some of those locations. That one, that one, that one. Basically on all the actual edges. Nice. Undo you, you. Surely we can bevel you guys. Nope. What about you? Nope. Because we picked at the faces in the center, it won't let us do it. Dang it. I'm going to have to find that little tutorial online again, because AI's got no idea what I'm on about. Yeah, that's what I thought might come through, but that's okay. Okay. Ow. Oh, we just created an object extraordinarily fast for us. We're getting there. And my phone keeps going off. Sorry guys, I definitely need to keep on top of it at the moment. Well, that shows how out of the times I am, eh? I just got a notification that a dude commented on a video I put up on TikTok yesterday. Dang, TikTok definitely is for the younger generation, ain't it? Dude writes back, his only comment is peak. And I got guesses as to what he means. That's about it. Okay, so we need to add that scale, Control A, scale. There we go. Yeah, so now what we want is the cursor position. Shift S, cursor to selected. Shift S, cursor to, yes! I just figured out how to do something. That's cool as. So now our cursor is in the dead center of this thing. That's exactly what we want. Mount is the fixed color, the housing is the rotating edge, the wedges are the visual lock supporting them. Actually, because this is a Froggo turret, I know, I just got it in my head. how I want to do this turret. And of course, it's opened on the wrong screen, of course. Yeah, 160. Create. Oh, it's transparent background. That's not what we want. New. Just give me an A4, A3. Just an A3 pad. That's just what I need. Not, new 2000 by 2000. Why does it keep giving me that transparent background? I'm just going to go to paint in a second. I like Krita. Why are you doing this to me, Krita? Alright, can I like... Wish there was a search feature. What are we doing? I want to see everything, please. Normal. Oh, come on. Alright, let's just go open one we know. File, open recent, perhaps. What is this a sketch of? Oh, this was meant to be a sketch of a missile launching thing. Cool. That works. So let's just go and delete all that. Size, 1000. Bye-bye. Let's go back to pencil. Okay, what color do we want? What color do we need? What are we doing? We are doing a gunnery turret. So first off, we want some, just go grey. Doesn't have to be perfect. Wait, no, this is foggy. This is green. And what do we got here? We've got like hexagonal kind of thing. So if we go and put down, yeah, so I'm going to draw this in perspective and do it really rough at the first hand. Basically here, freehand brush tool, thank you. We've got this base support and it's like really good freehand drawer, as you can tell. And it's got those triangle wedges coming out supporting itself. What was that? Yeah, so it's got those little support wedges. But what we want to do is we want to have sickly green. Okay. This is going to be a little bit too. There we go. And this thing, is there a fill? Sample? No, we want to fill. There we go. Whatever. We want the cannons coming out of that, so trying to think. All right, before we get to that part, go back to this part. Sample this color, please. Go back to the freehand brush. And we kind of want little supports here doing the same thing. So instead of it being, let's see if we can get a better angle of it. So instead of it being just a standard turret sitting in a turret enclosure, these are advanced frogs who grow their weaponry. And this thing is just going to be like floating there, and this orb is what the weaponry will be attached to. And whether we have big cannons sticking out of it, or whether we have kind of just like a little egg that has protrusions, little smaller protrusions. Yeah, well, how can we, all right, we need a design that can be evolved. Yeah, let's just draw our other little support structure here. There we go. We've got our little turret holders, right? Let's kind of dome this off a little, actually. I don't want to dome it off around about there. And what I want for its actual stuff is kind of like a series of, it's going to be too dark. Let's go with blue so it's easy to see. Basically, we can have offset barrels, right? They don't have to be perfect because this thing's floating and it's just going to be moving around. And then we go for a straight line. We just want a couple of small little barrels poking out, you know? And we go back to our brush tool. There we go. Oh, wait. And they can shoot some kind of crazy purple discharge, some vibrant color, right? Pew 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 pew. Yeah, and we can this can be upgraded, right? The way this can evolve. Yeah, and oh, we just clearly defined the organic versus non-organic parts. Excellent. And the way this can be upgraded is by adding in, armor layers. It can add in extra power nodes and stuff. This is what we want to create. Okay, here is a rough sketch of what we are aiming to build. It's not a turret in a standard placement, so to speak. It's a floating, misshapen, grown egg with 3 stunty little plasma cannons in it. They grow the egg and place it in the housing of which it floats. In future, it can be upgraded with extra power cabling, size, different breed. Yeah, different breed of turret. So like color and behavior. It could have a sick variant or a pristine variant. Yeah, so the next thing I need to build is this. The next thing I need to build is the egg cradle supports. Yeah, I like that idea. So our frogs, they don't build everything, right? So they would build this structure. God dang it. They would build this turret structure in green down the bottom here, but this sort of dark filled in green section, that would be a grown egg. Go away. Alterix. I don't need nightmares coming back to haunt me. Yeah, it can be floating or it could be more organic, and we could have it kind of rotating in flesh kind of thing. All right, so what we want to do now is go Shift A, Mesh, Q. Oi. Way too big, my bud. That's probably even too big. F2. It'll support A. And where are we going to move you to, bud? Move you up there. And we're going to move you over to there. Just going to move you there, bud. And rotate to the center. There we go. And now we can build it up there. I want to focus on that. No, I want to focus on that. Let's just pull it out of there as much as we can. There we go. And let's just Control A. Let's just get it back in line. So it's saying we go into edit mode and we go into select the top face. No, not bevel. Undo. Extrude region. Let's short vertical rise, lean inward. Nah. Nah, isn't this a new Burst Pro moment? I'm pretty sure this is a new Burst Pro moment, right? So when we come into Krita, we just draw the shape that we want, right? So this is the shape that we want. Attached is the side profile of the shape we want. Shouldn't we be taking an edge, making it longer, subdividing or something to get a clean curve. Like, what's the smart way to do this? Not the monkey way. I'm trying to do this smartly. One of the hardest things about wrangling AI as my teacher for this is trying to keep it on track with trying to do the better approach on how to deal with things. Like, it just told me to extrude the region, pull this back a little bit, extrude a little bit more, pull it back a little bit, blah, blah, blah. That is not what we want to do. So, out of this mode for a second. There we go. That's the perspective we want. Oh wait, here we go. Okay. Shift A, then add curve Bezier. No, undo. Zoom in. And I'm going to go into edit mode. And I'm going to select an edge, and I'm going to pull that, undo. I'm going to extrude that on one axis. I'm going to extrude it up to about there. Now it's still, do we have a face there still? Yes, we do. I'm going to bridge edge loops. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. But how do we fill the side in? Okay. And again, I'm trying to teach my teacher to keep me on path here, right? I know there's a better way to go about doing this, so I'm trying to force it to instruct me on how to do that. So I placed the cube where I wanted it, extruded an edge, and then connected two edges with bridge edge loops. This is the kind of new verse pro stuff I'm talking about. Now I have gaps on the side, and I want to make that curve, that long edge, a curve, not flat. Affix and affix, sides and curve. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have ever tried to use AI, but it will always take the dumbest or the easiest approach. And at the moment, it's trying to tell me to do all kinds of silly ways, try and make a curve here. When what we want to do is we want to do this smartly. So we've just bridged two edges. We now want to curve that. We want to flatten that curve. Not like that. If we maybe select the face, no, that's not gonna work. Ah, That's not what we want, bud. Alright, I didn't realize there was a fill option. So when we select edges, 2, we select this edge, and this edge, and we press fill, we now have filled that side. That's cool as. That's going to come in handy later. Okay, so we've got our whole shape now. Let's just move this up. Ah, wrong one. There's good. I know that there's a way to like attach it to surface. We're learning something else right now. Curve the outer long edge. Select only the long edge that forms the curved profile, okay? Right click, subdivide, it reckons. Number of cuts, 3 or 4. Switch to vertex, select. Okay, that's cool. So we just subdivided it. This is the sort of noob versus pro stuff we wanted. This is exactly the noob versus pro stuff we wanted. And then we switch to edge select or vertex select. Select the new middle vertices. Proportional editing. Okay. And then G. That's moving the whole structure, buddy. Undo that. Turn off proportional editing. And yeah, we didn't want proportional editing turned on for that. Okay. Nope. Nope. Extrude. X, 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 X. Nope. We don't want to extrude. Oh, we need proportional editing on to do what we're talking about. Oh. Okay. Deforming the whole dang thing. Oh, and I can, oh, right. I can use the mouse wheel so it only affects like what I'm actually trying to touch. That's really cool. But the middle part's not really moving, so we don't want that. Let's go with this. G. Ah! Drop. There we go. Now we do need to grab all of it. Undo. Oh, these are just moving it around. I see, I see. That's better. Doesn't look so weird now. As we go edit proportional editing. Ah! What the heck? Under. Luminek. And then we unselect that. There we go. Surely we can like. Okay. That is good enough for me. Oh, there we go. That's better. There we go. That works. Out of that mode now. And these newer objects are coming in at many less triangles than our older objects. Add one vertex. So add one vertex approximately where the curve begins to bend. Select the corner vertex and press Ctrl-Shift-B to bevel. In there, you and you, Ctrl-Shift-B. Not bevel, not inset. There we go. B. Ctrl-Shift-B. And, oh, I see. 3 segments. Not going to do anything, bud. Right, if we just go select faces, bevel. Nope. Ctrl-Shift-B. Yeah, that's beveling the wrong edges. That's the problem. That's like beveling the corners. We don't want that. It's these edges that we want. And now it's only letting us select like this tiny little section. We'll just back up through all that for a little while. There we go. So keep going back until it gets rid of all those points in there. Edit redo. There we go. Now what happens when we go Ctrl-Shift-B? And we still can't see them. Ah. Look, we can deal with a bit of a rough edge there for now. That is totally fine. So when in edit mode, which is what we're in, we press A, Shift N, then inspect in solid mode for any black or inverted particles. No. Oh, whoa. What happened there? How long ago was that? Jesus. Was that right? Did we do that right at the beginning? Yes, we did. Edit redo. Yeah. It's totally off skew. Oh, Jesus. Ah, oh yeah. Come on, give me the. I'm just give me a side view, bud. I'm just trying to rotate, and it does not want to. It does not want to rotate. Give me to give me that side view. There we go. I think this is as good as we're gonna get. Dang, this is gonna take me a bit to get used to. Okay, we've selected our edge, edge, edge. Back on side profile. G. There we go. Deselect that one. G. Now when we go flipping it around, out of this mode, time to replicate. Yes, we can just Shift D and duplicate, or there is a way to attach it to the center point, which is where the cursor is right now, and we duplicate somehow automatically in a ring. Yeah, so I've seen online people basically they attach this to a single item to a center point on an object, and then they duplicate it somehow, and it basically auto fills out in a ring pattern around where the cursor is. Right. At the top of we got to set the pivot to the 3D cursor. So at the top of viewport, open transform pivot point. Top of the viewport, open transform. Transform pivot point. Here we go. 3D cursor. Yep. Select the object in object mode, which we're in. And click Shift D. Okay, so we go back in here, select the item, Shift D, R, right, undo. Hey. Oh, Blender, it's been a while since I've saved. Oh no. Okay, is my still set to 3D cursor. Good. Okay, we're gonna go for the side view, other side view. of this thing, we select this and we go Shift D, R, rotate around the cursor point, Shift D, R. Surely there's a way to like bring it in and out. I really should save it. Rail support A. Okay, so if we let's just delete that. If we go Shift D and R, so we place that there, and we go Shift R, on it duplicates it in it. No, we don't want that. Right, so that is the better way that we wanted it. Right, so the actual proper way to do this is setting an array modifier. And if we just go Shift, oh no. Oops, we lost the perspective. And we still haven't saved it. Let's just save that. We're just going to go on the side view again. Shift D, and we're going to rotate you out this way. And then we're going to grab just you and move you up. And grab just you, move you in and down. No, you can go back to where you were. Gee, she's getting jumpy today. Let's just move that back down just a little. There we go. Alrighty. Next time you can teach me the array modifier. This time I use the Shift D and R thingy. When we are in that Shift D and R mode, is there any way to change the rotation distance from the center, or is it stuck on that? Okay. Yeah, and in here, we'll just have a little rotating egg. So what's the time? We've got 15 minutes left. So let's go with first off, can we join these? There's a way to join them. That's just one item. Cradle support. Because normally, when we do it the smarter way, which would be using an array modifier, they would all be attached to the one item anyway. Scale's good on everything. Blah, 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 blah. What I want to do is Shift A, mesh, and I want to add I want to add an icosphere, and I want to drop its, I want to go F9. Okay, yep, we're good on that front. So we're going to drop its scale down to like 40 over 40 over 40. Which one's X? That's what we want. I always say it's too big at the moment, and that's fine. And these can always be, modified. Let's bring down this scale. That's that size. I think we're pretty good on that size. One. Yeah, we're good there. It's this way that's not good now. ZZ. Console. And we make it smaller. We bring it down more. There we go. Yeah, so this will be like a little thing that sits off the edge. Pew pew. Shoots at everyone. Maybe I did want a circle. Oh, okay. We're going to call it there, guys. All right, so end of the week. Where did we get to? Let's make that selectable again. Where did we get to? Material preview. Oy. Oh, we've unhidden something down here. What's going on? Pylon variants, go away. So the beginning of the week, go and have a look-see. This is where we were at. At the beginning of the week, we were at this. Well, at the beginning of last week, but it's been sporadic since then, okay? This is where we started at the end of our first day in Blender. This is where we ended at the end of our first week in Blender. We just had a basic shape, cool, and now we've got a functioning, pulsing, organically grown. Where's my armor? Space station for our Froggo Empire. Rendered. So we've got a long way to go. This is our first object, obviously. Stop the animation. But now we're working on our turret at the moment. We've got a little turret mount. We've got a little turret housing. And we're just starting work on the turret itself. It's going to be this little floating egg kind of design hanging out the side. So that's the end of the first week. So thank you to everyone who hung around, who joined us for the games and or joined us for the game dev stuff, even though we lived in Blender this week. So I think it was a productive week. We also got the Black Dog ride all booked out. Yes. We managed to go to the gym on Monday. We failed to go to the gym all through the week. But we are going tonight, baby. Oh, back is killing me. Anyway, that is the end of that. Oh, we'll apply scale, so we apply now, or else we'll forget. Nice. Yeah, so next week we'll be back. We will finish off the turret. It shouldn't take us much longer. We've got to figure out how to animate it. That's going to be interesting. All going well, once we get done with the turret, we will then do the like a little shuttle, and it's going to be like super basic. Even if I get a literal frog from somewhere and make it fly around space, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'll have a video dropping next week, which will be let me get you the actual title for it, or something along the lines of what the title will be. Yeah, so next week I'll be dropping the first video of after 20 years in mining, I'm now building my first commercial computer game. I'll just give you a bit of a back history on myself, on my work history, why I'm doing this, what spurred me on to do this, all those kind of things, and we'll go into detail on that. And we'll make it a bit of a fun little video too. But for the time being, you all have, if I'm not online over the weekend, you all have a good weekend. Please stay safe, have fun with whatever you're doing. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday, most definitely, to continue gaming and building Voidline. Let's get it done together, guys. Have a good weekend. Cheers.